Hello, welcome to a tutorial of a Design for Climate platform, available at the URL designforclimate.t-ce.uth.gr. This platform is a digital collaboration tool based on the design thinking methodology, and teachers can create activities and classes on specific issues, like climate change and sustainable development. Students can use this platform to discuss the activity and achieve their educational goals. There are two types of accounts, teachers' accounts and students' accounts. For starters, let's create a teacher's account. By clicking the register button, a form shows up, where you have to enter your credentials. Teachers are also given a code to create a teacher account. We have to accept the privacy policy, hit submit. After registering, a one-time code is given that can be used to reset your password in case you forget it, so make sure to note it somewhere. You can reset a forgotten password by clicking I forgot my password on the login screen. This is the homepage, and as we can see above, there is a navbar with a few options. By clicking on the flag, we can pick our preferred language from the available ones. We can log out using this button. By clicking on the My Activities option, we arrive to a screen displaying our private activities. Here, we can create new activities, and as can be seen, we haven't done so yet. The public activities, on the other hand, are created by any teacher on the platform, and any other teacher can duplicate a public activity and utilize it. To create an activity, we click on the Add a New Activity button, where you have to add the name of the activity, the description, some tags for easier searching, and the levels. We can add more levels by clicking Add New Level, and we can change their names by editing the text field. We can remove a level by clicking the X button displayed beside it. Here is the created activity. As we can see, there are a few options like deleting the activity, editing the activity, duplicate, which creates a copy of it, and also publish, which makes the activity public and available for other teachers to see and use. By clicking on the activity box, we enter a view-only mode where we see our nodes. To add nodes and interact with the activity, we have to go back and click the Edit button. If we click Edit Information, we edit the information associated with our activity. Clicking on Hide Information will hide this dialog. Above the canvas, we can see our levels, and we can click on them to see them. We can click on the green button on the left side to add a node. Inside the node, we write some text, add videos by using the URL, or add images by inserting their URL or uploading them from our local storage. We can also change the node's color. Teacher nodes are by default locked, so we cannot directly delete or edit them. After creating the node, we can see some options displayed on it. Clicking and dragging the little arrow on the bottom right will resize our node. We can also freely move it around the canvas by dragging it. By dragging it at the bottom of the canvas expands. We can also see some information by clicking the Information button. To edit the node, we have to click the Edit button, and we can undo the edit by clicking the Undo button. By clicking the Marker button, we can highlight the node. Finally, to delete a node, we have to hold the Delete button till the bar loads. We can copy a node by clicking the Copy button. We can also copy a node and paste it to any other team or activity canvas. Let's create a new activity. Now, let's edit the activity and click the Paste button. We can see that the node was copied successfully. We can also copy the entire level and paste it to other levels in the same manner, using this button as copy and this as paste. Finally, we can change the canvas theme by clicking the switch to view in light or dark mode. Other than creating new activities, we can duplicate an activity we like from the public activities, and it will appear into my activity section for us to adapt and use. Now, let's move on to classes. We can create a class by clicking on Create New Class. We have to add a name, a description, the learning objectives of this class, add tags, and define the maximum and the minimum size of a theme. Also, there is a code that can be shared with students to join the class. Hit Save. By clicking on the Delete button, we can delete the class. If we click on a class, we can see information about the class, such as the owner, the members, and the code of the class. There are also a few buttons like Settings, which we can edit the class, Analytics, where data is collected about the class and its themes, like notes created, notes edited, help asked, review asked. Also, we can share a class with a teacher by entering the username and clicking on the Sharing with Teacher button in order to co-manage it. Finally, we can add activities by clicking on the Add an Activity button and choose from the available ones. Here, we have to enter the starting date of the activity and the end dates for every level of this activity. We can also create multiple teams. Let's, for example, choose 3 teams. As we can see, our teams are created and up to 3 students can join. Also, the starting dates and ending dates are available and we can edit them if we want to. We can also delete a team with the Delete button. We click Enter to view the team canvas, which contains the notes. If we go back, we can also see a Refresh button, which is used to update the team activity based on its source activity. Let's go to the private activity, click Edit, and add a note. Now go to Classes, click the Refresh button, and enter the activity. We can see that a new note was added. As a teacher, we have sub-buttons at the top used to review the students or help them by writing a help message. To write a help message, click on the Give Help button, write some text, and we can send it by clicking Send Help Message. Give review works similarly, but the teacher indicates if the students pass a level or not based on the progress. Help messages can be viewed at Help History and reviews at Review History. At the bottom, there is a group chat where participants can discuss with each other and collaborate. Now let's look at the other navbar options at the top. By clicking the alias icon, we have a dashboard that contains various information. On the left, we can see the classes we created, and by clicking the View Profile button, we can edit our account information. We can also change the password, delete the account. Deleted accounts cannot be restored. Moving back, we have a calendar that informs us about the dates an activity starts and the deadlines of the levels. On the right, we have a notifications window where actions about activities and classes are recorded. The user can click on those notifications and get redirected to the activity or class specified. Notifications can be also found on the navbar on the bell ring icon. On the bottom left, we have a help card that contains the manual, some useful links, and this video. There is also a card which contains a quick view of our classes. Finally, we have a card with a View Analytics button that navigates us to the analytics of our classes. Let's now explore how the platform works from the student side. First of all, let's copy the code of the class we created as a teacher and log out. Now, let's create a student's account the same way as we did earlier. Enter the username, the password, the first name and the last name. In this case, we don't need to add a code. Click Submit and note the OTP. After logging in, click on My Classes and add the teacher's code and click Join. If we click on the class that appeared, we can see by clicking the View Members that we are now enrolled in. To enroll in a team, click Join. After doing that, we see two options, Leave and Enter. Students can write on the chat to interact with other members. They have also access to every level. As a student, we can interact with locked notes unless we unlock them. Of course, we can also add new notes, copy them, edit them, like them, etc. The changes done on the canvas are broadcasted to every member, so we can concurrently work with them. Students can also ask for help from the teacher by writing a help message. As we can see, a notification pops up when we press the Send Help Message button. Those messages can be viewed from the Help History button. In addition, a student can ask for a review by clicking on the Ask for a Review button for the level we currently look into. After clicking that, a question mark appears on the name of the level. The level reviews can be seen by clicking the Review History button. Moving on, by clicking on the alias icon, we can see our dashboard, which is similar to the teacher's dashboard. Finally, let's log in with the teacher account again. By clicking the notifications, we can see the actions that happened, like the request for a review. By clicking on it, it redirects us to the level to give a review. Let's say we failed the level and write a message. The question mark then becomes a red X. Adding a pass review will mark the level with a check mark. Finally, if we visit the My Classes page, we can see if a review or a help request is pending. We can see that the team asked for help, so we'll write a message and send it. We can see that the icon disappeared. As mentioned before, we can see the members of this class, and by clicking the analytics, we can view information, such as the notes created, notes edited, help asked, review asked. The analytics are for the whole class, but we can specify the activity as well. This concludes the tutorial for the Design for Climate platform, and we have discussed how teachers and students can use it to cooperate and achieve their educational goals.